Welcome to your Pilates mat workout. Today is day 5 of 10 days of little bite-sized workouts that you can do with no equipment, just a mat or a towel on the floor. So today we'll get into side lying legs. Hit the like button, please. Subscribe to this channel if you're not yet subscribed, and meet me lying down on your right side. So today we're gonna go with something drawn pretty closely from more classical Pilates. You can rest your head down on your bicep or up on your hand, whatever feels best to you. We're gonna bring our legs straight out and slightly in front, so almost like they're reaching for the front corner of your mat. Legs are stacked on top of each other, and take a moment to align your pelvis. So we're gonna get the hips stacked right on top of one another. You may feel a lift under your bottom rib, and make sure your hips aren't rocking back or forward. We want them stacked directly on top. You're gonna almost feel like there's a sense of balance when that happens. So with a flex foot, we're gonna lift the top leg up and lower down. So knee and toes are facing directly forward. So we don't want toes up to the sky. We don't want them down to the floor. We want nice and parallel. We also wanna make sure the ribs aren't collapsing into the mat as the leg goes up. I want to keep that sense of lift in the bottom rib and the hips stacked as this continues. Let's go for 2 and 1. Good. Pause that leg at hip height, parallel, tiny pulses up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Make sure your pinky toe is flexing toward your head. And 1. Pause at hip height. We're going to flex the foot, bring the leg forward, point the toe, bring it slightly behind. Flex the foot, bring the leg forward, point the toe, bring it slightly behind. So your bottom rib is really going to want to smash onto the mat to give you stability here. A big part of the exercise, as you can tell I'm struggling to say this as I do this exercise, is keeping your core working to stabilize your pelvis staying in this position. So really, I challenge you to challenge yourself and see if you can maintain that hip stack and bottom rib lift. Good, let's go for 3 more. Trying to keep that leg at the same height the whole time, as I just struggled with that. Last one. Good. Now, bringing the leg back to side, I'm going to point the foot, go for small circles to the back for 8, 7, 6, so you should really feel it in your glutes right around now. 5, 4, keeping that bottom rib lifted, hips stacked. Last one. Now we reverse directions. You've got 8, 7, 6, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's quite a burn for no props. Let's pound it out through the glutes and the outer thigh if you need to. Next, let's bring our leg directly forward. So you want the foot just about in line with your hip. We're going to internally rotate so that the heel is rotating up to the ceiling, toe is down, and I'm keeping that pelvis stacked and the bottom rib lifted. Raise the leg to hip height, lower it back down. Press your top hand into the mat for support if you need it. This is 6, 5, very challenging for me. I don't know about you. Like this video if it's very challenging, please. Last 3, breathe through it. 2 and 1. Oh man, that's tough. Very good. Bend your knees in, pound out the glute and outer thigh. Let's get ready to move on. All right, moving to the other side. Same position, but this time we're going to be lying on the left side of our torso. Legs reaching on a slight forward diagonal. Head resting on your hand or bicep. Stack the hips by pressing your top hip away from you, feeling that lift in your waist. We're going to flex the feet to begin. Raise the top leg in parallel. Lower it back down. Lift the top leg and lower it back down. If you want to go more classical Pilates, flex foot up, point the foot down, but pick your poison. Let's go for 5, 4, and resist the urge to collapse the waist into the mat as the leg goes down. That means we're not controlling with our abs. So keep that sense of lift as the leg goes up. And 1. Next time we lift, we're going to hold tiny pulses up and down. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex foot, leg goes forward, point the toe, leg goes back. If you need to adjust your foot position to support, go for it. Flex foot forward, point the toe, bring it back. So try to resist the urge to really rotate through the torso as this leg moves. The reason why I say that is I strongly prefer to keep the torso really stabilized here because that localizes the work in your core and your glutes. Good, we've got 4. And back, exhale as you bring it forward. Try to resist the urge too to arch through the back. I don't care so much about how high the leg goes in the back as I do about, again, keeping all of this organized. You're gonna get more stabilization if you're keeping that lumbar spine in neutral. Good. Back to starting. Small circles to the outside. We're gonna lift the top leg. Just draw a circle the size of a basketball. You've got 6 more. Top shoulders relaxed. Check in with your hip position. Last 3. Nice point through the toes. And 1, reverse directions. You've got 8. 7, really reach the foot back behind you. 6. 5. 4, it does not have to be big. 3. Last 2. And 1. Press the leg down. For this last one, we're going to straighten out the top leg, bring it forward, right in line with your top hip. Make sure your hips are stacked, pointing through the toes. Rotate the leg so the heel is pointing slightly forward. Make sure you're nice and supported. And we're gonna lift and lower for 8. So it's almost like your heel is leading as you lift and lower the leg to the ceiling. So we're trying to feel glutes here. If you feel more supported, bending the bottom leg, that's fine to do too. We're going to finish up with our last 4, 3, final 2. Keep that rotation, keep that top hip pressed away, and 1. Good, lower it down, pound out through the glutes. The outer thighs are going to rotate on your back, and we'll finish up with a stretch. Give yourself the gift of a nice pretzel stretch. So we're going to cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Your feet are going to go in opposite directions. Just bring your knees a little bit closer toward your chest. Place each hand on one shin. Just relax your head, neck, and shoulders down into the mat. Let gravity sort of create more weight in your hands as you pull these shins or ankles a little closer to the rest of your body. Feel a nice stretch through the glutes, hopefully on the right side here. Good, let's go for the other side. Opposite thigh goes on top. Feet go to either side. Hands on your shins or your ankles. And just exhale. Relax your shoulders, feel like they're melting butter into the floor. And just feel gravity create a little extra pull on your legs here. Good. Unfurl your legs, roll on up to sitting, and you are all done. Thank you so much for joining me. Please join me again tomorrow. We've got an arm series that I've pulled from Reformer Pilates that I think you'll really enjoy. And of course, please like this video if you liked it. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe for more free daily workouts for the rest of the series.